So we have this relationship. The speed of light is equal to the wavelength times the frequency. And we can solve for either one. And so let me pose a problem for you. Let's find the frequency of blue light. So what I want to do is, one, convert from nanometers to meters. And so on the test, if I give you a conversion sheet, because it's a prefix, it can be used for anything. Whoa, nano is equal to 10 to the minus 9. And so we can convert that into a conversion factor. 1 nano blank is equal to 10 to the minus 9 of the blank unit, whatever it is. So 1 nanometer equals 10 to the minus 9 meters. And that makes sense. So the nano is a small unit. It's going to be equal to a very small amount of the big unit, right? All right, so then we take our 480 nanometers. Where's the 10 to the minus 9 going to be in my conversion factor, on the top or the bottom?
The top.
Yeah, and someone said the top. So 10 to the minus, because I want meters on the top, and I want nanometers to cancel on the bottom. There. Okay. So the nanometers cancel, and I'd get meters. Technically, I could probably do this one in my head. If I ignored this, can I turn 480 into scientific notation? What is that in scientific?
Yeah, it'd be 4.8.
4.8. Let's make it 3 sig figs. 4.80. Let me put a little dot there. 4.80 times 10 to the
minus 7.
Well, okay. You already did it.
7. Yeah.
So the 480 would be 4.80 times 10 to the 2 times 10 to the minus 9 equals 4.80 times 10 to the minus 7. Good. So you don't need a calculator for that one, do you? Perfect.
No.
All right. So the next step would be then solve for frequency. So again, I'm going to take my speed of light equation. Speed of light equals lambda times, lambda times frequency, and rearrange it. What's frequency equal to? Well, let's just use the characters first before you guys. Some of you may already be able to do this in your head. I agree, but let's just use what's the variable in the? So it'd be c over lambda.
Over lambda. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I plug those in. So the constant speed of light, 3.00 times 10 to the 8 meters per second divided by 4.80 times 10 to the minus 7 meters. What happens to the units there?
Meters cancel?
That's correct. So meters cancel. What am I left?
1 over a second.
I'm left with 1 over second. So that's good. So my answer is going to be something 1 over seconds.
Yeah.
Or sometimes if you see in Chem 1A, they'll write it as seconds to the minus 1.
Yeah.
Or, again, you can use the official unit of hertz.
I got 6.25.
Times 10 to the, well,
it's 0.6. It's 0.625 times 10 to the 1.
No, it's not times 10 to the 1. Okay, let's be really careful here. So what's 10 to the 8 divided by 10 to the minus 7? So it's not 10 to the 8 divided by, sorry, the pulsing of the camera. It's trying to focus on my hand at the same time. Maybe I should use something that's at the same field of the.
Isn't it 10 to the 1?
I got 6.25 times 10 to the 9.
I got to the
10 to the
14th.
9.
I got to the 14th.
That do this wrong?
I got 6.25 to the 10 to the 14th.
Okay, so yeah, the 14th answer sounds correct. So let's go back for a sec. Let me hide this. Hold on a sec. So if I have, so you guys are, this is important. 10 to the 8 divided by 10 to the minus 7 versus what's 10 to the 8 times 10 to the minus 7? What's that?
That would be 10 to the, that would be 10.
That would be 10 to the 1.
Okay, yeah.
This would be equal to 10 raised to the 8 minus a minus 7.
So it's 15.
That would be 10 to the 15.
Mhm.
And then you had, it was 0.6 something.
0.6, yeah, so it'd be
0.6.
25.
6.25.
So it'd be
times
6.25.
10 to the 15. Now this
And then you go
isn't
over,
scientific notation, so I would convert this into 6.25 times 10 to the minus 1 times 10 to the 15.
Yeah.
And then I get 6.25 times 10 to the 14. And that would be hertz or per seconds, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's that step. Also, when you're doing this in your calculator, so let me just show this because a lot of people mess this up. So it would be, I would do 3.00 times 10 to the 8, then enter or equals, right? And then I would divide by, and then I would use a parenthesis for the, what was it? It was 4.80 times 10 to the minus 7 meters, right? So I would, so my key idea is I'd use a parenthesis when dividing.
Yeah, I use parentheses for both. I put the whole thing in, but I just parentheses the first one.
I mean, you can use parenthesis on the top, or you know, what I do is I hit enter and it puts it in memory. But yeah, you could do parentheses 3.8 times 10 to the 3.00 times 10 to the 8 divided by parentheses that, and it will give you the correct answer. But it's really important when you're dividing to do that, because the calculator will follow order of operations. If I didn't do the parenthesis, then it would be 3 times 10 to the 8 divided by 4.8, and then times 10 to the 7. It would take the 10 to the 7 and put it up to the numerator. And that's what happened to some of you guys with your calculator as well, right? Some people were getting, so just be really careful with that.